On the previous parts, we have said that if you want to pass data from a controller to a view, you can either use a model, view data, view bag, or TempData. But TempData stands out in ASP.NET MVC as a solution for persisting data across two consecutive HTTP requests. So this feature basically is really useful for scenarios like displaying messages or display notifications after form submission, which is our case in this part. So what we are going to do is that we are going to modify the action where we're going to set a message using TempData. And then after the link has been shortened successfully, we're going to display the message up here. Let us go to Visual Studio. In here in the home controller, after the URL has been saved in the database, just going to type temp data and then message is equal to, I'm going to use $ for string literals. And then down here, I'm going to type that your URL was shortened successfully to, and then use the curly brackets to type new URL dot the short link. Let us fix the typo in here. So basically we are setting data in here to TempData, but we said that since TempData does store the value for one more consecutive request, whenever we go to the redirect to action, which is index in here, we still have the TempData value, and then we are going to display the TempData in here. Let me just scroll up. And here the first thing that we need to do is that we need to check if we have that data. So in here at, and then in here if we have a TempData for the message. So basically if we have a value TempData message, so it's different from null. Then down here, I'm going to create a div container. And then inside this div, I'm going to use the class or the Bootstrap classes alert and alert success. Then alert dismissible, which does give the X box on the right. And then fade, show, and then the role is going to be alert. Then down here, I'm going to have the tag strong. The message is going to be success. And then in here, I'm going to display TempData, so at TempData, and then message. And then down here, I'm going to also have a button, which is going to have the type button. I'm going to have the class btn close, and then data -ps, then dismiss is equal to alert. And then I'm going to set this value, label is equal to close. So this is all you need to do. To recap, in here, we are creating the URL. Then we are setting the success message. And the reason why we are using TempData is because the TempData still has the value in this request. And then whenever the view is rendered, we want to check if we have a value or not. Now, the reason why we use if condition in here is because if you, for example, have the message and then you refresh the browser, you don't want to get an error, but instead you just want to skip this code altogether. Now to see the result, let us run this project. And here I'm just going to paste the link and then click the shorten it button. And you can see that we get the success message up here, which says that your URL was shortened successfully to this short URL. And here on the right, we have the X button to remove the message. Now, if we go to all links, you can see that we have the link in here and also the shortened link.